During nighttime patrol in Clayton County, a modified Mercedes-AMG blasted past deputies at insane speeds, weaving through traffic with rapid acceleration and a loud exhaust that stood out instantly. When the Black Hawk unit tried to pull it over, the driver hit it even harder, and the chase was on.
Stand by. Passing Boulder Crest, going west on Forest Park. We're coming up to Stagecoach, trying to get the tag for it. Traffic's going to be light. We're going to be coming up to Stagecoach Road.
Despite the AMG's power, the Black Hawk deputy showed real skill, managing to stay with the Mercedes through side roads, neighborhoods, and highway stretches. Every time he closed in, the Mercedes found another burst of speed.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the bumper right now. All right, stand by. His tire is going flat to right now. I'm trying to get up to him. I can end it if I can get up to him. I'm right on his bumper. I'm trying to get up on his driver's side. It's going to be 675 north from Forest Park.
As the chase reached a highway interchange, the AMG pushed even harder and finally opened enough distance to disappear completely. Deputies checked nearby exits and roads but couldn't relocate it. With no visual contact left, the pursuit was terminated. The Mercedes and its driver were never found. On June 18, 2023, a cocky dirt bike rider came down Geyer Springs Road, doing a full wheelie right past a trooper. The trooper flipped around and hit the lights, but the rider faked a stop, then blasted away, cutting through parking lots, looping behind ASP headquarters, and jumping back onto the street.
10-4, is it going to be the dirt bike?
10-4, black male, black shirt, white helmet, going north on Geyer Springs. Traffic's medium, speeds 50. Passenger air.
We're also the units in there, 1063, 1063.
After darting through streets and parking lots, the rider took the chase onto the interstate. By then, 5 ASP units had joined in, and the guy was riding with so much confidence it felt like he was taunting all 5 of them on a dirt bike.
You got 10 over 2.
There's 2 units involved.
There's pretty good. We're back on the service road.
10-4.
Stop, state police, stop.
Okay, but on Texas 130.
That's my contact.
42 on the right.
70, 90.
10-4.
Getting back on the service road, Otter Creek.
10-4, back on the service road.
Go break that parking lot.
Troopers caught quick glimpses of him near McDaniel Road, but he kept cutting across fields and slipping through fence openings before anyone could get close. Riding into oncoming lanes finally forced units to break off. One thing was crystal clear: this guy knew what he was doing, and he had some real skills. He outmaneuvered everyone and vanished without leaving a single clue. On August 2nd, 2020 in Houston, a car meet was packed. Supercars, tons of Chargers, and a crowd ready for a show. One car stood out, a loud gold Dodge Charger filming a music video with non-stop burnouts and donuts. Then police rolled in and instantly locked onto the loudest car in the lot, the gold Charger. Instead of stopping the show, the driver pushed it even harder. He drifted corners, hammered the throttle, and turned a simple video shoot into a chase. Once he hit the highway, that 6.4-liter Hemi came alive and more police units jumped in. The gold Charger kept outrunning unit after unit, stretching the gap until the chase finally fell apart. For everyone who stood there watching, that car instantly became the hero of the moment, the one they'd be talking about long after the smoke cleared. And craziest of all, the driver was never found. Maserati was pulled over for speeding, and what seemed routine changed fast. The trooper smelled weed, spotted an open whiskey bottle and a vacuum-sealed bag in a half-unzipped backpack, and saw the driver shaking badly. He wrote down his name, but gave a fake birthday, so the trooper used the fingerprint scanner. The moment the real identity popped up, the driver sprinted to the Maserati, fired up its 425 horsepower, and launched onto the interstate. The Maserati hit 140 miles per hour, and then he did something wild. An unexpected lightning-fast dive on exit 27 at full speed. The trooper didn't expect it, but he reacted instantly and took the exit too. Even then, that Maserati created a huge gap in seconds, pulling away like a jet. But despite the distance, the trooper stayed locked in and quickly found him again. Nearly 15 miles later, the Maserati pulled the same stunt. Another last-second, high-speed exit at exit 12 with 0 brake lights. The trooper knew matching that move would cause a crash, so he overshot the ramp, looped around, and tried to rejoin the chase. But when he came back, the Maserati was gone. Troopers already had his fingerprints from earlier. They didn't need to find the Maserati that night. With his identity confirmed, they tracked him down and arrested him the very next day. In Los Angeles, October 2025, a stolen Jaguar tied to an assault on an officer flew down the 10 freeway at 130 miles per hour. The driver weaved through traffic like he'd done it 100 times before. No panic, no flinching, just smooth, confident driving.
We're going to stick with it, continuing southbound 110 freeway through downtown LA. Next interchange is going to be the 10 freeway, doing about 90 miles per hour, flying. This guy is flying past everybody, now upwards of 100, pushing 100 miles per hour. Southbound 110 freeway, coming up on the 10 in just about 10 seconds.
Even with heavy traffic, the driver pushed the Jaguar close to 150 miles per hour, slicing through cars like they were standing still. The helicopter never lost him, but he was making the ground units work for every second.
They let it go. He made his way into downtown LA, got on the 101 freeway, then sped right through downtown LA, off the freeway, got onto the 110 freeway just a few moments ago, and again, flying at upwards of 100 miles per hour southbound on the 110 freeway. They lost him momentarily. Now, as I mentioned, that helicopter has a visual once again, but right now there's nobody behind this Jaguar. Now, we believe it's a stolen Jaguar. We know there's obviously a driver in there, but unclear whether there's anybody else in there with him at this point. But he's trying to squeeze through. Going to squeeze through here. Uh-oh. Whew. East on Manchester, under the 110 freeway. Now moving away from us here. He's under the freeway, under the overpass, right? He did not come out the other side. Yet. This is always a tricky point. It's always a telltale sign. If they're looking to dump the vehicle, sometimes they will stop under the freeway. He's out of the vehicle. The vehicle's rolling. The vehicle is rolling into the intersection. He is on foot under that freeway. He is under the overpass, and there is nobody behind him. He may very well walk away from this crime. Now look at this. That Jaguar is moving on its own, bumping into that van. This is incredible. That driver's seat, by my observation, is empty, and now that Jaguar is coming to a stop there in the middle of the intersection at Manchester Boulevard.
Right as the Jaguar slipped under the bridge near the 110 freeway, the chase took a sharp turn. The driver jumped out mid-pursuit, leaving the car rolling forward on its own. A few seconds later, it came out the other side, with the helicopter still locked on, but the driver's seat completely empty. Officers swarmed in, but there was no one to catch. That high IQ move saved the driver, and to this day, no arrest has been reported.
Try and open it up. Is it okay? It's open, and here it comes to an end. Into a pole. Ah, shucks, he says.
On August 17, 2024, in Little Rock, ASP Trooper Brandon Walker was cruising when an SRT Jeep blew past him at insane speed, nearly clipping 2 cars in front of it. Walker hit the lights immediately, and just like that, the chase was on.
Off the radio.
The SRT Jeep pushed 150 miles per hour in a 65, blasting through reds and dodging traffic at ridiculous speeds. Walker struggled to close the gap, but never lost sight of him. At around 80 miles per hour, the SRT threw a hard right turn. Its big brakes saved it, but the trooper almost slid into a light pole trying to follow. The gap exploded instantly. With storm lightning hitting Little Rock, Walker pushed back up to 100 miles per hour, searching for the Jeep, but it was already long gone. On June 5th, 2024, in Miami-Dade, Florida, officers spotted a male and a female biker flying north on Northwest 2nd Avenue. They locked onto the female rider thinking it would be a quick, easy traffic stop. But oh boy, they were so wrong. It took 5 patrol units and a helicopter to finally bring her down.
Whoever's on this lake up in front of me, and have one motorcycle behind you, which is the female. Alright, southbound approaching the Golden Glades. Speeds of 100. Traffic is still medium.
Medium traffic 100.
She was dominating the road, slicing between cars with just inches to spare, and tearing down Interstate 95 at 90 to 110 miles per hour. She blew through exits, red lights, and even went the wrong way on Northwest 7th Avenue, turning Miami traffic into her personal racetrack while patrol units scrambled to keep up.
Stay tight, get in front of me. Alright, I'm secondary unit now, Miami. Southbound, passing 125. Speeds of 56 miles an hour, approaching the Glades from 7th.
Pushing the Glades from 7. Signal toward Whiskey, the subject. Troopers on the right side.
All right, we are approaching the Parker right now, and she is just going 40 miles an hour. All right, 23 in direction travel now. Signal 4, signal 4.
She made a hard, evasive turn and rammed a patrol SUV, flipping off the bike. She hit the pavement hard and was rushed to Aventura Hospital. Identified as 30 years old, Daniela Montoya, she's now facing a stack of charges, but hey, at least she's got some great helicopter and dash cam footage to show her grandkids one day. On October 3rd, 2019, a black Dodge Charger blew past Corporal McDonald on Interstate 430, cutting from lane 1 to lane 3 so fast it almost hit another driver. When the trooper tried to close the distance, the Charger just kept getting faster, then shot off the interstate toward Highway 10. The chase was on.
It looked like he's going to be taking the Cantrell exit. Cantrell exit. Stand by. He's going to be turning. He's going to be turning. We're westbound on Highway 10. Westbound on Highway 10. He's still blocked out.
Suspect pulled the classic move. He killed his headlights, trying to disappear completely while still running at high speed. The trooper kept pushing westbound, but the Charger's blackout tactic started making visual contact harder and harder.
He's still westbound, passing.
Near Highway 10 and Taylor Loop, the Charger's wild driving and no lights maneuver finally worked. The trooper lost sight completely. Surrounding agencies were notified, but the car never resurfaced. The driver was never identified, disappearing into the night like a ghost. On May 27, 2024, a gray Kia Stinger came flying down the interstate and blew past Trooper Dobbins at a speed that didn't even look legal. The trooper pulled out and lit him up, but the driver just accelerated harder, making it clear he wasn't stopping. The driver showed he had some driving skill, drifting around cars and using the shoulder to open gaps. Then he pulled his riskiest move yet. He killed all his lights and pushed the Stinger to around 130 miles per hour, disappearing in and out of traffic and making it nearly impossible for troopers to judge where he was going next. A few miles later, the Stinger crested a hill with no lights and vanished completely. Trooper Dobbins checked exits and service roads, but there was nothing to follow. With no visual and no safe way to continue, the pursuit was shut down and the driver was never identified. On June 21, 2025, a white Dodge Challenger driven by Nicholas Charles blew past Trooper Dunham at over 80 miles per hour, with Kebron McFarland, a passenger wanted on multiple felonies, riding along. The Challenger hit 150 miles per hour on US 61, passing cars on the shoulder with zero hesitation. Dunham locked in. The chase was on.
County and Osceola. Three to 35 update.
The Challenger stormed into Luxora at 140 miles per hour, then turned onto Highway 158 and pushed an estimated 160 miles per hour. Dunham was pushing his cruiser to the limit, hitting 140 miles per hour, but even flat out, it wasn't enough. After 5 miles with no visual, Dunham ended the pursuit. A few minutes later, another unit briefly spotted the Challenger in Crittenden County, but it vanished again. Warrants went out immediately. Charles, the driver, turned himself in 2 days later. McFarland, the passenger with multiple felony warrants, is still missing and wanted.